Suge Knight is a name that still echoes throughout the halls of the hip-hop industry. Though he currently resides behind prison walls, his legacy remains etched in the memories of all who witnessed his reign. He is a man who held the entire hip-hop industry in his grip and struck fear into the hearts of many. Suge was capable of unthinkable actions, so the conspiracies surrounding him never seemed far-fetched and were confirmed by Ice Cube. Still, he couldn't move past the lingering doubts. After all, it was Suge, and anything was possible. Keep watching till the end of this video to see Ice Cube reacts to death threats from Suge Knight. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at The Ice Champ on Instagram now. The conspiracy about Suge Knight killing Eazy-E. The heartbreaking news made its way to social media when Eazy-E himself made an official statement letting everyone know that he had contracted AIDS. Shortly after this, Eazy-E tragically passed away at the young age of 30. The public didn't take Eazy-E's death well, leading to the creation of numerous conspiracies surrounding how he may have contracted the disease and the suspicious circumstances surrounding his untimely passing. Many people believed that there was more to Eazy-E's death than meets the eye, and they pointed their fingers at none other than Suge Knight, the industry bully with whom the rapper had a long-standing feud. It is widely acknowledged that Suge Knight is a ruthless individual who would stop at nothing to eliminate his adversaries, even if it meant resorting to extreme measures such as injecting someone with infected blood. This notion further fueled the conspiracy theories surrounding Eazy-E's demise, painting Suge Knight as the potential culprit behind his tragic end. One thing stands, and it's the fact that people love a good conspiracy. They want a villain to blame, and Suge Knight was an easy target, coupled with the fact that he had a lot of notorious and ruthless acts tied to his name. Suge was behind bars while this conspiracy was going on, and immediately after he came out of prison, he probably felt the need to talk about it and let people know his stand on it. He appeared on a popular show in 2003 where he said, "This new thing, right? So if somebody gonna do something to somebody, technology is so high, right? So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. Kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right?" Suge was talking about how there are ways you could decide to get rid of people without getting your hands bloody. He went ahead to say, "So they got this new thing out. People sell them all the time. They get this stuff they get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it. That's the slow death."
They get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that seems bad.
That's a slow death.
Yeah.
An easy thing, you know what I mean?
Imagine the shock on everyone's face while he casually sat on that interview, saying all these things with a smile. Was Suge intentionally trying to fuel this conspiracy? Because he didn't really admit to injecting Eazy-E. Well, if he intended to further fuel the conspiracy then he got what he wanted. The conspiracy still lives after even 20 years. Ice Cube reacts to death threats from Suge Knight. Years have come and gone, yet the undeniable presence of Suge Knight in the hip-hop streets continues to echo. Interviews and discussions continue to persistently revolve around him and his unforgettable impact on the hip-hop industry. Amidst it all, one undeniable truth remains, and that's the fact that Suge was a force to reckon with. Suge's reputation as being ruthless continued, and coupled with his presence that commanded fear and at the same time admiration. Various interviewers have always been curious about the numerous conspiracies surrounding Suge Knight, and it was no different when Ice Cube was asked about his thoughts on the conspiracy that Suge Knight may have been involved in Eazy-E's death. The rap icon and movie star appeared on the IMPAULSIVE podcast on May 16, 2023. After exchanging pleasantries with the hosts, they delved into the topic, asking Ice Cube how he felt about the conspiracy suggesting that Suge Knight gave Eazy-E AIDS. The interviewer said,
"They're saying that the conspiracy says that Suge Knight could have potentially been the person that gave Eazy-E AIDS."
The interviewer made it clear that these were not his thoughts, but rather something he had come across online. Considering Ice Cube's friendship with Eazy-E, the interviewer believed that Ice Cube might have insights into the situation and wanted to hear his perspective. Ice Cube immediately became curious, although he maintained his professionalism. He inquired about what the interviewer meant by Suge injecting Eazy-E with AIDS. Ice Cube asked, how would he do that, expressing his disbelief and questioning the plausibility of such a conspiracy. The interviewer responded, suggesting that it could have been done through an intravenous needle, but Ice Cube remained skeptical, stating, and Eazy would never tell anybody?
How would he do that?
Through an intravenous needle.
And Eazy would never tell anybody that.
No, maybe Eazy didn't even know.
He challenged the notion that Eazy-E could have been injected without his knowledge. The interviewer proposed the possibility that it could have happened in a club setting, where Eazy-E might have been caught up in the moment. Ice Cube countered, saying, I think if someone poked you with one of those needles, you'd know. The rap icon further added that if something like that did occur, Eazy-E would have confided in someone, emphasizing his belief in Eazy-E's openness and honesty. Ice Cube found it hard to believe that Eazy-E would get poked and not notice. After so much back and forth, he concluded that if Eazy knew he got poked, then he would have said something. But if he didn't know, then the conspiracy lives on. The interviewers went ahead to ask Ice Cube if he felt like Suge wasn't capable of such a thing, and the rapper said, I wouldn't put past nobody, knowing Suge was capable of anything and everything. Ice Cube reacts to other conspiracies about Suge Knight. That wasn't all, as Ice Cube was asked for his opinion on Suge Knight's apparent lack of remorse for the crimes he's committed. The interviewer inquired whether Ice Cube ever believed that Suge was mentally unstable due to his actions. The rapper responded with uncertainty, stating, I don't know. The interviewer reminded Ice Cube of the incident where Suge ran over a person not once, but twice. But Ice Cube maintained his earlier response, saying, I don't know about that, but all I know is, at the end of the day, it is what it is. The rapper added that he was not in a position to label someone as unhinged. I can't say someone was unhinged. He went ahead to talk about one of the many conspiracies he heard about Suge Knight, stating the fact that he wasn't sure if it really happened or not. Ice Cube said, one of the funniest stories I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, I just heard it. He went ahead to tell them how Suge Knight had an apartment filled with producers, and it looked like they were underperforming. The rapper said, I guess they weren't coming up with the right songs. Ice Cube found the whole story funny and kept smiling while telling it. He continued saying,
he gathered them all up and said, look, either y'all start producing some hits, or I'm gonna start producing some hits.
Ice Cube confirmed that there was a lot of conspiracy surrounding Suge Knight, and there was no way we could figure out if they were all true or not. Ice Cube was certain that if Suge had indeed poked Eazy-E with a needle, Eazy-E would have confided in someone about it. It seemed like the rap legend was struggling to believe this conspiracy. That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content.